Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in South Florida today for a special meeting with former President Donald Trump. His visit comes a day after meeting with President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris in the nation's capital. Hey there, South Florida. Thanks for being with us. I'm Roxanne Vargas, and you're watching NBC6 News Now. Just like his time in D.C., the Prime Minister's visit was met with backlash.
Israelis are Nazis, Israelis are Nazis.
Yeah, protesters continue to follow the prime minister, this time gathering in Palm Beach near Mr. Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, where both politicians got together this afternoon for the first time since Mr. Trump was in office. NBC 6's Steve Litz live from West Palm Beach with us with more on the prime minister's visit. Hey, Steve.
And hi, Rox. We don't have any details as to what they said to each other, but you got to think Israeli security and taking on terror group Hamas were topics of conversation. This meeting is now over. Mr. Netanyahu arrived about mid to late morning, and then he left here about 2:20 in the afternoon. Security was tight. You can imagine as the Israeli prime minister's motorcade made its way from Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport to the resort here, and it was a huge motorcade with FHP in on it, other agencies on the security detail as well. A short segment of video to include comments was released to the media. Mr. Netanyahu sitting on one side of the table across from former President Donald Trump, and you're going to hear from them in a moment. Outside, I got to tell you, it was intense, starting about mid-morning with Palestinian supporters on one side of the bridge, Israeli supporters on the other, and they got into each other's faces, said some real nasty things to each other. Police had this matter under wraps. We have no reports of any injuries and no reports of any arrests. Inside, a reporter asked Mr. Netanyahu about the status of those hostages.
I think there's been some movement because of the military pressure that we exerted. I hope that there will be sufficient movement to get the deal completed.
It's a very tough situation. The hostages, they have to be given back immediately because there can be no way that they're in good shape. They're obviously not being treated properly, and you hope that they're okay, but there are a lot of hostages, I'm sure, that will not be okay, and it's just not an acceptable situation.
These two did have a rift, and that was because Mr. Netanyahu called and congratulated President Biden when he won the election back in 2020, despite Mr. Trump's claims that he won the election. Those were false claims. So this was the first time these two met since that happened. Live in West Palm Beach tonight, I'm Steve Litz, NBC6 News.
All right, Steve.